And so we've broken this game up. Earlier this morning, we did the Lamar Jackson and Ravens offense side of it. Now let's turn our attention to the Josh Allen and Bills of it all. Dan Orlovsky, I've asked you this question many times, and I've always enjoyed you, and you've given me one particular answer. What does Josh have to do to win the game Sunday night?
Put the cape on.
Put the cape on.
Put the cape on. This is one of those games. Now, that doesn't mean that Josh goes haywire and runs all over the place and makes remarkable throw after remarkable throw. I really think the challenge for Josh in this game is you got to go out-grind this Baltimore Ravens defense. You mentally have to be stronger than them with some of your high-low concepts. It's one of the things that he's grown so much in this year is the discipline of, I really want that deep throw, but no. The defense is getting depth. I take it underneath, get the completion. I really want to throw this corner route, even though that corner's kind of playing in between and I can maybe pump fake them and throw the corner. Nope, get the ball out, get the completion. The efficiency of his decision-making on these high-low concepts where he's got the opportunity to maybe force a throw down the field and get a chunk. No. Now, when it does show itself, that's when Josh has got to take advantage of it. That has to be those Superman type of decisions. This one's perfect. I can force that pylon. I can force the throw and maybe make it 1 out of 10 times. Or I can trust my players around me that I can take a check down or I can take a flat route and get the efficiency of our offense. That's the main challenge for Josh Allen is he knows he's got to go outplay Lamar Jackson to win this game. Let's be very clear. I've heard that this is who's the better football team? Baltimore. Who's got the more talent? Baltimore. Who's got the better units? Baltimore. The reason the Buffalo Bills can and would win would be Josh Allen outplayed the other quarterback.
I can actually offer evidence of that. Cindy, can we put up A15, please? Josh Allen this season did something no quarterback had ever done. He's or at least had not done in the last 15 seasons, excuse me. He's the only quarterback in the last 15 seasons to be named an All-Pro and not have a single All-Pro teammate. So no other Buffalo Bill made first or second team All-Pro, and Allen did. No other quarterback had done that in the last 15 years. So it does suggest that he has been carrying this
Superman.
Superman.
Well, I will say this. Have y'all seen the movie Man on Fire with Denzel Washington?
Unbelievable movie.
And when he played Creasy,
kill them all.
That's who Josh Allen has to be in this matchup. He has to be Denzel Washington, Creasy by all means necessary. He got to do what he has to do to get a win.
Okay, fair enough. So here's the. I want to ask a question. I'll start with my defensive specialist here today, J Mac, because I didn't play it or coach it, but I listen. I sit here every single day and I listen. And Jeff Saturday was saying the other day, all this talk about the Ravens running game. The Steelers are going to, the Bills are going to put a 6th offensive lineman out there.
They do it more than anybody.
They do more than anybody else, and that's why Cook ran for over 1,000 yards this year and had, 16 touchdowns or whatever it is he had. And the Bills are going to try and run the ball every bit as much as the Ravens are going to try and run the ball. Does that make sense? And if so, do the Ravens have the defensive answers?
It makes sense, but the Ravens, you say, do they have that is the best unit for them defensively, stopping the run. That is what they do. So for them, they're like, all right, if that's what you want to do, we can definitely match up and do that. You can put 5 guys at the line of scrimmage and go ahead and add a 6th one and get downhill and force Josh Allen to beat you. When I say that, I'm saying it from the standpoint, if I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I'm saying, you know what? We need to get out to a lead, get on them early, and make Josh Allen feel like he has to do exactly what Dan said. Put that cape on, force him to make those errors and feel like if I don't do it, Lamar's going to do it, so I have to go above and beyond. Because the Josh Allen we've seen this year hasn't been the cape Josh Allen. It's been exactly what you showed. A team plays zone, ball comes out of my hand quick, we get a positive gain. We work the ball. When they give me a shot, I throw it. But it's been that controlled maniac that we've seen out of him. And I think if you're the Baltimore Ravens, if we're up 14-0 in the first quarter, can he still be that controlled maniac? Or does it just become?
Of it.
Yes.
The reason I'm laughing is because I didn't know Jeff said that. My number 1 note is outgrind, Josh. My number 2 note is, it literally says, if I was Buffalo's offense and I was their offensive line coach, Aaron Cromer, I'm sick and tired of hearing about Baltimore. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Baltimore's run game. I'm sick and tired of hearing about their offensive line, and I'm sick and tired of hearing about Derrick Henry. You got to stop us. Like, that would be my mindset if I was Buffalo. With all due respect, I know you're a good run game, Baltimore. You got to stop us. We're a darn good run football team as well. We all can. We got 5 guys that can pull. We'll throw a bunch of different personnel at you as well. And so I think that's the mentality for Buffalo as well, is like, with all due respect to Baltimore, no question, but you got to stop us as well. This isn't just, oh my gosh, hopefully we can get a yard or 2. Like, if I was Buffalo and their offensive unit and their 5 guys up front or 6 guys, and James Cook would be like, hold on.
Dan, I'm getting fired up.
You gotta
Feels like
come
0
meet-
degrees.
Yeah,
Run the ball on
like
both
you gotta
sides.
meet us as well.
So
I
are
mean,
you saying that people are discounting the Buffalo Bills? Underestimating
The
the
run
Buffalo
game.
Bills?
I think if I was Buffalo, I would be sitting there going, I'm tired of hearing about Baltimore's run game. Yeah. You got to stop ours.
And in Baltimore in general, I think what Shefty is getting at, I don't want to put words in your mouth, is that I feel like public sentiment is that this is a much more one-sided game, certainly than the point spread would suggest. It's a 1-point line right now in favor of Baltimore on the road. But public sentiment seems to be leaning heavily the Ravens' way.
Agree. And again, how often do we see Buffalo be a home underdog? You have that information,
I'm
Greeny?
glad you asked me that
Thank
question.
you. Okay.
Can we put up A19? The Bills have been favored in 42 straight home games.
Wow.
That is the longest active streak in the NFL. By the way, the last time they were a home underdog was Week 17, 2020 against the Dolphins. You know what happened in that game? Buffalo won by 30 points.
Right.
So the Bills,
And by the way,
that's disrespect.
it feels like there's a certain mentality that takes hold on a team when they're underdogs in a position that they have not been in 42 some odd games.
At home.
That's a strange situation to be going to Buffalo where it's going to be 0 degrees, where the stadium's going to be electric, and the Bills are home underdogs. I know it's not much, 1 point, but they're still underdogs.
And think about it from Sean McDermott, like all during the week, before the game in locker room, you're the number 2 seed in the AFC and no one respects you. No one, not a single All-Pro. We're the number 2 seed in the AFC. We got top 2 offense.
2 seed and home underdogs.
Think about that. So, like, just from the motivational, the focus, the finite mentality of it, no one respects you. That we don't have a single.
Well, they respect them. They just don't respect them as
They
much
don't
as
have
the
a
Ravens.
single first or second All-Pro outside of the quarterback, and they're the 2 seed.
Yeah.
But I would also say this about Buffalo's offense. I want to see if they can figure out a way to use the aggressiveness of the Baltimore Ravens defense to their liking.
How?
Like they like to throw screens to Khalil Shakir, and they threw one early on in that first ball game, and you seen those DBs, all 3 of them, coming downhill so hard. Now, what do you have off of it? Let me fake this screen to Khalil Shakir. Mac Hollins go down the field for a big play or touchdown.
Yeah, I love that, Harry. I also love this, and I don't love doing this in these moments, but it's my job. 21's going to have to show up for Baltimore defensively. With all due respect, Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper, that's Brandon Stevens. He's had some good moments this year. He's had some moments where teams have clearly decided you're the guy that we want to throw the ball after. I would say Amari Cooper, Keon Coleman, when we throw the ball downfield, we're going to throw to our left to Brandon Stevens, number 21, and whoever wins those matchups, that's going to go a long way determining.
Teams have had against the Ravens
100%.
defense.
But that's another thing that's different this time around versus the first time around is Amari Cooper is on this roster.
That's it.
Keon Coleman has had extreme growth at the wide receiver position, and that unit is playing way better
The
than
Bills
they were
are a
the first time.
vastly different team than they were Week 4. I'm not telling you I think they're going to win, although I am the only one who's picking them to win. But they are a vastly different team than they were when Baltimore blew the doors off of them. Amari Cooper wasn't on the team yet, and half their defense didn't play in that game, right?
doubt.
I mean,
Yep.
everybody on the Bills was hurt.
I mean, no way would I be surprised if Buffalo wins. This is a brutally difficult game to pick,
Yes.
along with the Philadelphia Rams one for me.
Hey, this is the biggest advantage that the Chiefs